Welcome to the winner's circle. If you made it here, it means you done put in the work, dude. Congratulations. You made it way past the...
Hello, everybody. Thanks for logging in. Thanks for coming in. We are live on Instagram. And I'm telling you, you know what? We are live on Facebook. And I am super, super excited tonight because, girl, guess what? We got a topic. I don't know if you're driving in your car or you scrolling at work or wherever you are, but you might want to get your notepad out tonight because we have got something to share tonight. And listen, it's all about bookkeeping, you guys. Us as business owners, it is so, so important that we are what? About our business. And you know what? These tax strategists, Queen is going to be sharing tonight about the importance of bookkeeping. And guess what? We're going to find out. Is it all about numbers? I don't know. Let's see. But let's go ahead and introduce it. Welcome you guys for our IG Live on tonight. My name is Katrina Fitton, the money coach, better known as the funding queen, some call me. And I am the CEO and founder of New Day for You Financial. I'm telling you, we help the people get the bag. So if you are in need of funding for your business, you got a little cash flow deficit, you got a dream that you need funded, you need to go ahead and drop funding in the chat. Drop funding in the comments.
Yes.
We will send you information so that you can jump on a call with us so that we can get you to the bag. Because, honey, look, we're living in perilous times. So go ahead and tell the people who you are.
And if anybody can get you the funding, before I introduce myself, if anybody can get you the funding, Katrina can. I tell you, she truly is the money queen. I am a living witness. So it is true.
You are
it's
benefactor.
Real, and it can happen for you. Yes, I am. And I am your tax strategy queen, Angelina, CEO and founder of the Grow, Thrive, Prosper Collective. I am an accountant by trade, and I am also a tax strategist. I strategize with business owners to help them save up to 70% on their taxes so that they can either invest back into their business, invest into, personal growth development programs, or take that wonderful, well-deserved vacation that you've been longing to take. There is wealth in tax strategy. And so I'm here to help women entrepreneurs build wealth through tax strategy as well. I am a bookkeeper as well. I help small business owners to really keep track of their money, their income and expenses in a legitimate way, not with receipts in shoe boxes or in an Excel spreadsheet. Shoebox receipts are over. I'm in the 21st century.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to be talking about today, Katrina. Get these business owners to a legitimate state of wearing that owner's hat of managing their business, understanding their finances, their numbers. What does that mean? What does that look like? So that's what we're going to be chatting about today.
So I'm telling you, girl, we got the chat is blowing up. Dream 22 Catcher, good afternoon to you as well. I don't know what part of the country. Why don't y'all go ahead and drop in the chat where you guys are from. I'm telling you, 512 X Salon. Hey, get ready. She ready. Okay. Our tax strategist, Angelina Harris, is about to share with us tonight on how we can reset your money GPS. Okay. And we're going to give you some key financial strategies to help you to really make sure that you have your bookkeeping together. And we're going to find out tonight if bookkeeping is more than just numbers. So we're going to lay it down. So let's just go ahead and get started. You ready, Miss Angelina?
Yes, I'm ready. Let me propose the question to those that are in the chat. Just put in the chat number one. If you currently have a legitimate systemized bookkeeping software or you have hired a professional bookkeeper for your business, or put a 2 if you are doing it on your own, trying to piecemeal it together, and you need a little more assistance, direction on how to handle and manage your bookkeeping. So either drop a 1 if you have a systemized bookkeeping system using like either QuickBooks, FreshBooks, or Xero, or some type of software, or a 2 if you're managing it on your own, like in an Excel spreadsheet or a Google Doc, or just using your bank account, using your receipts. Let's
If
see.
you have software, and put a 2 if you're just doing it on your own, Let's see. I'm waiting to
What's
see
coming
what we
through?
got. Okay, we got the Queen of the Hill saying hello. How
Queen.
you doing, lady? But I want to know where y'all got. What you got? Okay, yes, ma'am. So we got a 2 from Trellis Financial Solution. I'm sure you're doing it on your own. I see Paris. She's doing it on her own. Miss Realty, Dreamcatcher. Yes, I have not started to use it yet. She says she has a software, but she haven't used it yet. And then we got Queen of the Hill. She's doing it
Okay.
on her own as well. And so let's talk about it.
Okay, so thank you, ladies, for sharing that where you are in your business with bookkeeping. Let me just start out saying bookkeeping is a way of tracking your income and your expenses, your assets and liabilities for your business and your owner's equity. Okay, that it's a systemized way of tracking all of that, recording all of that. I know people think, oh gosh, I'm just not comfortable with numbers. It just sends, a chill up their spine. They just get into an anxiety when they hear that they have to keep track of their numbers, bookkeeping. And honestly, it's really not that difficult. There are so many systems out there that are reasonably available, that are user friendly for anyone and everyone to be able to subscribe to some type of a bookkeeping system for your business. It's really not that difficult.
You're talking from an accountant standpoint. You say it's really simple, right? It's not that hard, right? But that's
I-
from you, right? You're the tax
yes,
accountant.
I'm
Break
going
it
to
down.
break it down. I'm going to break it down so that it really isn't that difficult, because and that's why I'm talking about having a systemized bookkeeping system. Because right now, you don't really even have to manually do it yourself. These systems are able to connect to your bank account, they connect to
Mm.
your credit cards, they can
Hmm.
connect to your PayPal, your Stripe accounts. All of those can be pulled in automatically, and then the system can record everything, all of your transactions for you. Okay? And that's the beauty of this. And that's why I'm saying it's really not hard. The hardest
Oh,
thing
wow.
maybe is actually maybe setting up the bookkeeping system, and just making sure that you're mapping your bank account to the right, account numbers or descriptions of income and expenses in your account. That may be the most difficult part, is mapping that and making sure that is landing in the right place where you need it to land it. Other than that, Katrina, it
Yeah.
really is not that difficult anymore.
Now you
You're
make
not
it sound
required
simple.
you're not required to know debits and credits. Me
Yeah.
as an accountant, I know debits and credit. But you as a business owner, you really don't need to know debits and credits anymore. You're just needing to be able to log into your computer, log into your bank account, connect your bank account to the software, and let the software, the automation, do it for you. So that's
Mm.
why I say every business owner should be able and should have a legitimate bookkeeping system, because it's not that difficult anymore. We're not in the stone ages of where you're having to write it out on pencil and this what we used to call graph sheet, or you don't have to use your Excel spreadsheet and try to categorize it formulate the columns to receive the income from or the expenses coming in from your bank account, because then you have to, formalize the column, make sure it's pulling in the right data. That's even more difficult to me than
Yeah.
than the system itself. So it really is this day and time. It really, really is a, an easy thing to do to set up in your business. And I encourage even those that are just starting out in their business to get it set up now. So that way you have everything in place when you're ready to scale, when those business opportunities come in, when the revenue start flowing in, when you start hiring assistants and VAs and wanting to pay them and track them, you have the different revenue streams coming in. You're able to manage that. You're able to track that. So if you get it set up right now from the very beginning, you're able to scale and grow your business and thrive and prosper because you have your systems in place. Okay, at least that part of your financial system in place. Okay, I'm not talking high level accounting stuff. I'm just talking connect your bank accounts, connect your credit cards, connect your Cash App, connect your Stripe accounts, all of those. Get them connected. Software will do the work for you.
Right. So
Does
let
that
me
make
ask you a
sense?
question. Yes, it makes a whole lot of sense. Man, you made it sound so much easier and simpler. But I have a question here.
It is.
You talked about,
Mhm,
want to talk about how do you kind of, I just started my business, and I have a few
mhm,
expenses that I've incurred into the business. So, how do you reset or set this
mhm.
money GPS? Let's talk about the money GPS.
Yeah, so the money GPS, and that is basically focusing on where your money is coming from and where your money is going. You need to have a pulse on that because if you don't have a pulse on the monies for your business, you will not be in business for long. You got to be able to understand the ebbs and flow of your business, the stream of income coming in from your business, the expenses going out of your business. You know, and if you're not tracking that and looking at that on a consistent monthly basis, I'm not talking about going in, at the end of the year, pulling everything together, because you got to do your taxes. This is your GPS is on a monthly basis. You need to know where you stand each and every month. Because even for you, Katrina, like
Yeah.
when you're having clients coming in and they're wanting funding for their business, right? I'm sure one of the question is, what's the profit of your business? What kind of revenue is your business bringing in? Do you have the funds to be able to, pay back the monies that, your business will be getting funding for if you're doing a loan or credit cards? Do you
Mm-hmm.
have the cash flow coming in to
Mm-hmm.
support that? And
Yeah,
you won't know
100%.
that unless you're tracking your revenue and your expenses, right? And
Yeah.
that's
So
all it is. That's what the GPS is.
there's a few questions in the chat. I think we have a little backlog. I apologize, you guys. Our computer, it seems like the internet is kind of a little backlog. And so I'm kind of talking on top of you. But their question is in
Okay.
the chat is what software are we speaking of linking with our bank account?
So the software I'm talking about that you can subscribe to for minimal cost on a monthly basis, even for beginners, we're talking either QuickBooks. QuickBooks tend to be a little bit more expensive than FreshBooks. There's another software called Xero, Xero, but it's pronounced zero.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's another software depending upon the type of industry you're in. Like if you're in the real estate industry, there's one called REI if you're into real estate investing. So there's software out there even that are geared to certain industries as well. But the ones I just mentioned, QuickBooks, Xero, Xero, FreshBooks, okay, are user friendly low cost
Mm-hmm.
bookkeeping software that anyone can use. And these software connects to your bank accounts. They connect to your credit cards. They can connect to your Stripe account. They can connect to your PayPal account. They can connect, some of them even connect to Venmo. Venmo is kind of not as user friendly like PayPal is. So all of these can integrate into your software, your bookkeeping software, and it can pull in all of those transactions and place those transactions in the appropriate category for income and expenses. And where this comes in important, where it really lies important, not only for funding, but for tax purposes as well. Okay. At the end of the year, when you're ready to you give your tax information to your tax professional, um, all you have to do is pull a report and give that report, which is profit and loss report, which is
Mm-hmm.
also synonymously used, termed as um, your income statement. So if you ever hear income statement or profit and loss, it's used interchangeably and it's meaning the same thing. It's reporting your income minus your expenses, which equals your net profit or net loss. There's two basic reports every business owner should be able to produce at any given time: your profit and loss or income statement and your balance sheet. What is a balance sheet? A balance sheet shows the business point of where their finance lands at the end of a month or the end of a certain period of time. It shows your assets that you've earned or you have in place, meaning your bank accounts, if you have investment accounts, if you have like equipment, high value equipment, the value of those. It tells you the liability the business owes, not you personally, but the liability that your business owes. If you have a business loan, if you have, let's say you have payroll and you pay out your staff and you still owe balances for taxes or whatever. It shows you your investment that you invested into your business. Let's say
Mm-hmm.
you started up your business and you put capital investment in.
Mm-hmm.
For me, like when I started my business, I initiated a $5,000 cash investment into my business to open it up so I have money to operate with, to purchase the computer, the desk, the printer, things like that. That's
Mm-hmm.
called capital investment. And you'll want to be able to track that in your business. Okay. And that's what a balance sheet does. It just lets you know what state your business is in at any given point in time.
Exactly. So bookkeeping, you guys, I understand that sometimes, we are making purchases, right? It's kind of like the old adage of, you're swiping that debit card and you're not watching your numbers. And so some people believe that
Yes,
hey, you can just look at your bank account and be like, oh, business is good because I have a balance, money in the bank, right? But what really I found out really is that it's
right.
all about cash flow, right? And you being aware of where your cash flow is in your business, because we all know that cash flow is the blood line of the business. It's really how your business
Of
continue
your
to
business.
sustain itself, because you could have a lot of cash coming into the business, but if you got a lot of more cash going out than you have coming in,
Going out.
obviously you could be in trouble real quick. And so I know the importance of really knowing your
For sure.
numbers is very important, because oftentimes people think that if you could just get more revenue, that's going to cure everything. But in actuality, I learned the story I want to talk about was just really, I was looking at my books one time and was realizing that, oh my God, there were expenses that I had going into my account of things that I wasn't even using anymore. So I just wanted to bring up a couple
Right.
of things about what you can make sure that you're cutting some of the expenses of things that you're not actually using. So be watchful for number one, and that is subscriptions. So those subscriptions, set them, and you will forget about it. And all of a sudden, you got this $29.99 or this
Right.
$49.99 coming out for 6 months, and you're like, "What is this even for?" Have anybody put it in the chat if that has happened to you, where
Me.
you got subscriptions? Exactly. So that's the number one thing that I think people
And
forget
you
about.
think, and you think it's not important.
Yeah.
Right, right. And you think it's
Right.
not important, but when you're paying double subscriptions, like
Yeah.
I was paying double subscriptions on 11 Labs because I had registered it under my business name. And then when I first
Yeah.
started, it was under my personal name. So it depends on how you got things registered, and you're
Yeah.
not realizing, that you're paying double on certain things. And those
Hmm.
subscriptions can eat up real quick. And it wasn't until um, I noticed, actually, and that's how I found out I was double paying, because I was doing my bank reconciliation in my account. And I was like, "What,
Yes.
11 Labs? I thought I paid that earlier in the month." And then I saw
Mhm.
another charge come through like at the 20th of the month. I'm like, wait a minute now.
Okay.
So if you don't see your numbers and look at them on a consistent basis, you won't realize it. And things can easily get away from you. Um, and another thing is, you need to be, for those that are starting out their business, and I'm going to talk a little bit about taxes as well, before. When you're starting out your business, most likely you're starting out as a sole proprietor, um, and you are maybe required to pay estimated quarterly tax payments. If you don't know what your revenue is for the business, you
Mhm.
won't know how much you need to pay in taxes, and that you're
Mhm.
required to pay in taxes. Ignorance of the law is no excuse in the eyes of the IRS.
Mhm.
Okay. So if you don't know how much income you have generated for the month, for the quarter, and you're supposed to be paying taxes on that income that your business has generated, you're going to get dinged for it at the end of the year. You may not see it right now, but
Mhm.
when your tax returns are filed, your tax preparer is going to ask you, did you make estimated tax payments? And
Mhm.
if no, and then as they go down the line and put in your data from your business that you made so much money, and in the forms that we fill out on our taxes, it's going to ask, um, or it's going to ask if you may estimate tax. If you say no, the form will automatically say, okay, you should have made payments throughout the year and you didn't.
Mm.
And then it's going to automatically charge interest and a penalty because you didn't make your payments. All right. So
Wow.
it's just little things like that. If you don't know if your numbers, where you stand and what you're obligated to do, it can bite you in the rear real quick.
Yes, yes.
And you be paying more than you really have. Are there any more questions coming through?
Yes. So Dream 22 Catcher said yes. Cancel some of those services today. Yes.
Yeah, because they add it, and you could be using that money, to go towards other things,
Mhm.
right?
Yes,
So yeah,
100%.
keep an eye and a pulse on what's coming in and out of your business. And the best way to do that is through your bookkeeping system, because then your income and your expenses are categorized by description, you know, um, subscriptions
Mhm.
or management fees, office supplies, and then once they're categorized under that category, then you can look at the details of what's falling under those categories, if you're, overpaying over your budget, spending more on office supplies than you really should be every month, because a lot of people just like going shopping on Amazon,
Yes,
purchasing
Amazon. We love
Purchase. We
Amazon.
love Amazon and want to purchase the newest gadget. We want to purchase the hot things that are going on now, thinking it's going to help your business. But let me tell you this, if your expenses are not creating money generating activity,
Yes.
then they are causing a loss in your business.
Make sure that you are doing
Yes.
things that are generating
And
money
and
in
that's
your
the other,
business.
or the expenses will help you generate money in your business. Sometimes we do have to lay out cash and things to be able to create and be able to generate additional revenue streams in our business. So, and that's a good thing, but you need to be able to, watch it and keep a pulse on it.
So I have a question, and that is, so bookkeeping, is it really more than just numbers?
Yes, it really is, because it lets you know the financial position of your business, if you're profitable or not. And also things that goes into bookkeeping that doesn't have necessarily do with cash itself. Um, it could be items like depreciation, which can help you in tax situations, can save you money. So sometimes it is more than um, numbers, because it allows you to strategize. It allows you to put on a different thinking cap of how to manage your business, how to leverage your business. Okay. So, yes, it can be used as a tool more than just watching your numbers, but it's also a tool to help you grow, thrive, and prosper in your business.
Yes.
Hopefully, does that make sense?
Yes, that does. So, what's the difference between like having a CPA and a bookkeeper?
Okay. So, a CPA generally is a licensed, certified professional accountant, which means they have gone through specific certifications. They sat through an exam to be qualified as a CPA, and they're highly regulated more so than a bookkeeper. A bookkeeper can just be someone who took a couple of months of courses, even online, or done some training under a CPA, or gone to a local college for a couple of months and did some studying and training under debits and credits and ins and outs of bookkeeping. They're not highly regulated. The CPA, they do more than bookkeeping. They do
Hmm.
more of like advisory service. They also do tax planning. They get into investments, um, more so of that nature. So it's more of a higher level of service than what per se, a bookkeeper can really do and are qualified to do. So basically, anyone can become a bookkeeper.
Well, that gives me the next
But
question. So, what are some of the qualifications of a good bookkeeper? If I'm looking for a bookkeeper, you know, what are
mhm.
some of those qualifications?
Me personally, I would look for someone who at least had at least 2 years of training, meaning that they had either a AA degree or a bachelor's degree in business administration or in accounting. Because at least that proves that they did invest some time, they did invest in some training to really understand what accounting and bookkeeping is about, as opposed to taking a 4 week or 5 week course online to learn how to input debits, input credits, and this
Yeah,
matches this and that matches that.
yeah.
Also, a a more qualified bookkeeper or an accountant. You can still be an accountant, have your degree, and not sit for the board exam and be certified or licensed as a certified public accountant. But you can still go to school, get your bachelor's degree, your AA degree in accounting, but you have a higher level of training. Um, and also look for years of experience, and look for diversity in who they serve. Hmm.
That's a good one, because if I am a financial, I own a financial
So
funding firm. I, own real estate. If I am a coach, if I am, someone who's in trucking, so does it matter what industry you are in and what bookkeeper you have?
for sure, yes, because there are some industries that are more regulated, I would say, like trucking industry is a highly regulated industry with the Department of Transportation. Um, Real estate is also a regulated um, industry as well because there are some, you have to be qualified to be like a real estate professional in the eyes of the IRS. There are certain qualifications that you will have to qualify for. And if you don't know that and understand that, um, the bookkeeper may not do you best of service. They could probably cause a little more harm than good because they're not familiar. They're not exposed to different industries and understanding the requirements for those industries. So if you're looking for a bookkeeper, you want to look for someone that's kind of diversified in what they're doing because that means they have more experience. They have gone out there, they have done the research, um, they have gone through some trainings, to be able to work with these professionals in these different industries. So ask the question, what other type of industries do you serve? What are your clientele's you're not asking them who their clientele is, but the industry that they mostly serve it for their clientels, whether it's real estate, whether it's trucking, um, whether it's coaching, whether it is, in the medical professional, dentist offices, medical practices, and things like that nature.
Yes. Yes. So if you at your firm,
Easy and
you
expensive.
offer bookkeeping services, how can they connect with you for you to provide the bookkeeping services? Where do they go to be able to do that?
They could connect with me with at www.meetwithangeline.com. We could get on a discovery call just to find out where you are, where you stand, and I could give you a little direction on where you should go, how you should go about it if you're just starting out in your business. I can give you some insight and the best way to do it for those that are just in startup. If you've been in your business for a while, we can look at see where you are. If you are needing more of a professional to start managing your finances, maybe going to a fractional CFO who can do more strategizing with you because you're making more income and you wanting to learn how to strategize using that income without having to pay a lot of taxes on the profit that you make in your business. Or if you're making income, you're making good money, but then you're not seeing where the money is going. You don't have money to invest at another level or to, cause your business to scale. So, so I could be able to help you see where you are, what level that you're at, and if you need a higher level of service of bookkeeping than you currently have so that you can, keep more money in your pocket. So that, yeah, so you can just meet with, go to www.meetwithangeline.com and we could just have a simple conversation, get to know you, where you are, what type of industry you're in, who you're serving for your clients, your revenue streams and things like that. And, we could get you pointed in the right direction.
Yes, yes. Well, you know what? This has been so good, you guys. Any questions? Dream 22 Catcher says taking a fine tooth comb to to those credit card statements is a must. Yes, you are correct. That's what I always tell people. There's an
Yes.
activity that you can do, and I often say get you a couple of highlighters. Highlight those items on your statement. you print out, just say you print out or you get in the mail. Some people just do, I know I am green, so I don't have the statements to come to the house, but you might have to print that out, download that from your bank account, and go through it with one
Right.
color with all of the necessary mandatory fixed things that you have to run your business, which is for essential items that you have to have. And then you take another color, like a pink highlighter, and you put through, okay, what are the items that is bringing you income, right? You take that income, and then you want to minus that to see how much you have left. And then you take the amount that you have left and see what are the other expenses that you may want to put another color and say, these items you need to go ahead and cancel. Ain't that right, Dream
And that
Queen
now that
Catcher?
yes, and let me throw this out there as well, Katrina.
Yes.
I know in bookkeeping, I see this a lot where business owners want to pay for personal items through their business.
Oh my. Come on, let's talk
Um,
about it.
yeah, I know we're short on time, but let me just throw this out there. You need to be careful of that because if you're ever audited by the IRS and you're not able to justify those expenses in your business, you cannot relate those personal expenses, how it will benefit your business in some type of way, whether it's benefiting you as the owner or it's benefiting your clients, your customers, or in some way connected to your business, that's going to raise a red audit flag for you. And with your bookkeeping, that allows you to, and sometimes it does happen, you're out somewhere, you need to pick up something for the business. Oh, don't left the business credit card sitting on your desk like I've done it a time, because you purchased something online um, and you don't have it. That's okay. But you account for that in your bookkeeping.
Yes.
Um, and you don't want to make it a habit to purchase personal things through your business. And you don't want to make it a habit of purchasing business things through your personal account. You want to keep it separated. And you can get into a lot of trouble that way. So use your bookkeeping for your business for your business. Now you can set up a separate bookkeeping even for your personal. If you really want to get organized and be on top of your money personally as well, you can have a separate account bookkeeping system for your personal things, your household expenses, um, budgeting, and things like that. So you could track it easily and more smoothly. And you don't want to do it manually, but you want to keep a pulse on what your household is costing you. You can do the same thing personally in a bookkeeping system. The thing is, you just want to keep it separate, personal from your business. And piercing that corporate veil, let's say that in your business, um, for some, people are sue happy, right? They want to come after you for anything, everything, for the slightest thing they don't like about you or they thought you've done wrong. They want to sue you and blah, 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 because they're not happy. If they find that your personal information and expenses and things like that has been co-mingled with your business, they could start coming after you personally as well, and is no longer limited to your business. Now you have opened the floodgate. Now you have opened that veil. You have
My,
opened the
my,
door
my.
where they could come after you personally. So that's why it's so important to keep your business information totally separate from your personal, and no commingling and crossing over on a consistent basis. What I'm saying, if you don't learn anything else, that you learn that.
Yes, because that's the whole purpose of having a limited liability corporation, is that you have that protection.
Yes, for sure.
So I know we've learned a lot tonight, you guys. I am offering you a couple of more minutes. If you have any questions, go ahead and put that in the chat before we leave. But is there anything else you want to share to kind of close out this episode of, about the importance of bookkeeping?
Yes. Don't think that just because you are a small business owner or you don't have a lot of activity, this doesn't apply to you, because it does. Okay.
Mhm.
And also, it gives you a peace of mind. Yes, it
Yes.
may be a little tedious at the beginning, which is okay. But once it's set up and running like clockwork, you'll be so grateful, so thankful that you did. And that you will be, then it's also setting yourself up to be able to receive more, because you can't receive more if you're not able to handle the little that you have.
Come
Yeah,
on
right?
now.
Set yourself up for success to be able to receive more. Because if your little container that you have is not set up to be enlarged or expanded to receive more, you're going to be stuck, and you're not going to be able to maintain your lifestyle, I would say, through your business, because you're not setting yourself up to be able to grow, thrive, and prosper. So bookkeeping is important, no matter how small a business have, or if you're just starting out in business. It's key. It's key to a successful business to know your numbers. And no better way to know your numbers than starting out from the beginning.
There you go. Awesome. Thank you, everybody, for spending time with us today. We
Thank you.
appreciate you, and we'll see you next time.
See you next week.
God
Bye
bless.
bye.